Hi, hey, super glad to see you here. This means you're taking a step forward and using Private Notebook. If you've already signed up for an account and figured out how to log in, you can skip this little short video. But if you haven't, what I'm trying to do here is give you just a little preview, a little walkthrough of what you're going to see when you sign up for an account and you first try to log in. And that might just help clear up any confusion that might happen a little further down the road. So you'll want to click Payment Center up here, and you'll have two different options for creating your private notebook account. One is a monthly PayPal option where you're billed monthly from month to month for the account size that you want. You'll see that there's a drop-down menu here, and that's based on the number of records that you think you're going to have in the system. Um, you know, most people, you're just trying the system out for the first time. You don't really have a lot to throw in there right off the bat. You can start out with 500 records, and that'll probably hold you for a little while to get a sense of the system. If you know that you're going to be migrating a bunch of data from maybe another tool that you're already using or some other legacy system, try to figure out how many records you have in there and take a guess as to how many you need. You can change this value at any time. Just give me a call and we'll get you squared away. You can also do an annual billing method. Same thing, select the account. It's ultimately the same price, however you want to do it, but that goes from year to year. At the end of the first year, we'll shoot you an invoice and let you know that your account's due again. And again, all this goes through PayPal. So the monthly subscription, the screen's going to look like this. And just be forewarned with PayPal, they really try to drive you into this default zone of using a PayPal account. There's a little tiny link off here on the bottom. Click that. That should take you to a screen that allows you to add in payment by credit card. So if you want to pay by credit card rather than paying directly out of your PayPal account, then you can use that. If you decide, hey, that's not for me, I don't want the monthly thing after all, cancel your order. You can come back to the payment center, and this is what the annual subscription screen looks like. Again, you'll see our logo here. The screen looks a little bit different. It's PayPal, very secure. Right now, it's just the easiest way for us to accept payments through our system. We know it's safe and pretty simple. So with this annual subscription, again, PayPal is going to want to default you into logging in your PayPal account. If you don't have a PayPal account or you don't want to pay using your PayPal account, there's also a little button down here for the credit card option. So go ahead and click that. You'll notice that that defaults to debit card or prepaid gift card. And in the center tab here is the information where you can put your credit card. And if we scroll down to the bottom, if you've filled everything in, this works like any other e-commerce site. You click Pay, and then that's going to take you to another screen. And if you've done that successfully, and you get to this Create Account screen, I'm going to go ahead and just, for kicks, see if I can seed this with my own information here. Type in an email address. Okay, so I'm using Christopher at ChristopherBogusch.com, which is one of my email addresses. This is really, really important that you make sure that you use the email address that is most convenient for you to get to and that only you have access to. The whole security behind the system, every time you log in, you're going to need your email address. And your email address is your username, by the way. So this has to be unique to you, and it's only about you. Let's see here. I am going to grab, I already figured out a password, and this is a good thing to do, is go ahead and write down the password that you want to use before typing it into the system. And you can either go ahead and type it in by hand manually once, I usually do, and then maybe paste a second time, make sure that it all looks good. So one of these views is a proof view of the password, and then the other is the regular password view. Those two have to match in order to clear the system. Password has to be of a certain length to clear the system, has to have at least two numbers, two alphanumeric characters, uppercase, lowercase. If you get that mix, then you're fine. I apologize if you have to try a couple times to get just the right thing. This is going to demand, I think, at least 10 characters, maybe 12. But the script will kind of warn you if what it's looking for in terms of a good password. So once you get that together, you're going to create an account, and you should get this thank you screen that pops up. Welcome to Private Notebook. Now you can click in, log in using the login button at the upper right. So that's right over here. So that step looks like this. So once you get to this screen, very simple screen, what am I going to do? I'm going to add in my username. Mine's already in this drop-down menu here. Christopher at christopherbogusch.com was the email address that I used to register my account. I'm going to click Login. So here we are at the next screen, and this is going to be asking for two different pieces of information. One is your password, and again, I'm going to just go back to my file that I had open here and copy my password and paste it in. Okay, so I've pasted in my password, and it's going to ask you for another piece of information, which is unique to two-factor login, and this is very, very important for security purposes. You're going to see this more and more. I think by the end of 2016, most banking sites are going to require this additional step. They're either going to have you look for a code that's delivered to your cell phone via text, or you're going to get an email with a code. And what that does is it ensures that nobody can get into your account without the person logging in not only knowing their unique password, but having access to a device that should be a device or another account that should only be accessible to them. So in the case of your cell phone, you know, that's with you all the time. Hopefully it's locked out if you lose it, type of thing. Your email is something that typically should only be accessible by you. So in this case, an email code was sent as soon as I hit that login button, and I got that in my email box almost immediately. And I'm going to enter in the code here. It's a 4-digit code, 9063. I've entered in my password, and I've entered in my username. Previously, in the previous log screen, that gets carried over. And now I've got those elements pushed in for this two-factor login. And I'm going to click. This is a single-use code. It's only good one time. So if you blow it here, you know, you might have to start the process again, get another code, re-enter your password and such. I'm going to go ahead and click in. Click out of that, and voila, now I am into my account, privatenotebook.com, and I can start scrolling through these records and taking a look at what I've got in here. So I've got now access to my own personal database. Now that we've got you into the system, I want you to go ahead and move on to the first tutorial video that indicates how to actually use the system. So I'll meet you on the next video, and we'll get you acquainted with this interface and how it works and get you rolling. Thank you so much.